Hey guys, welcome back to another Dragon Ball FighterZ ranked match. Today we're playing a recommended team from Bot Inosuke. And on top of that, we're also going to be answering the Q&A questions you guys had for me. If you'd like for me to play your favorite team in Dragon Ball FighterZ, all you gotta do is leave them in the comments down below. Especially if you're new here, it's a great way to go ahead and partake in the community. So Think Twice went ahead and asked, who do I think is not only the best assist, but also the worst assist in the game? And I'm gonna go ahead and say the best assist in the game is gonna be either Bardock B assist, or it's gonna be Yamcha A assist. It's gotta be one of those two, right? Like I don't think there's any arguing that point. As far as worst assist in the game, I'm gonna have to chalk that one up between, I think Beerus, what I believe is the A assist. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think Beerus A assist is when he goes ahead and kicks the orb out, right? Now, I'm not saying that that assist is useless or that it's, absolute garbage. I'm sure it certainly has its utilities, but there's just other assists that do the same thing, and they do it so much better, so I can't go ahead and say that that's necessarily a good assist. Now, the guy whose team we're playing actually asked when I'm going to 1v1 him, and this goes to anybody who wants to 1v1, but I'd love to go ahead and fight any and all you guys whenever we do another live stream, right? Next time they hold another event for Dragon Ball FighterZ, we're certainly going to go ahead and run some sets. We're going to start earlier before the event actually takes place. That way we can go ahead and run some sets. I think that sounds like a blast. So Miles Jones asks, wait, I gotta have a second to read this question. So Miles Jones has the next question. He asks if I'm ever gonna make a tier list, and he'd love to see one from me. Now, I did make like kind of a tier list of characters who I find most fun, but people didn't so much like that video. They kind of wanted a more serious tier list, and I don't know if I'm like really the guy to make a more serious tier list. I don't know that I know enough about the game, I myself am still learning quite a bit, and I really play the game to have fun. I'm not out to really be a professional Dragon Ball FighterZ player, but I do authentically love and enjoy the game. So, I mean, I could, I just don't know how accurate it would be. I would take my tier list with a grain of salt, honestly. Now, the Raw Level 3 Master asks a bunch of questions, like a ton of questions. So let's get right into those. And also, thanks for the congrats, I appreciate it. Do I ever plan to do a face reveal? Short answer, maybe? Who knows? I don't know. I kind of like not having a face cam. I think it kind of puts the emphasis on the actual content itself. And while face cams can be great for reactions and like funny moments like that, I don't know if it's something that I necessarily want to do just yet. Maybe if we get to like single player games, I'll throw a face cam on. Do I ever plan to stream regularly? I do plan to stream regularly. I do a lot of studying of algorithms, right? Be it on Twitch or YouTube, whatever the case is. As a result, I've learned that the initial announcement for a new social media is a massive benefit for whatever social media it is you're promoting. So I want to wait to do Twitch till I have a larger fan base here. That way I can shoot a larger amount of you guys over to the new content, and we can get off on the right foot over there, as opposed to starting it off now. And we may have a good group of guys here, but then it'll be harder to grow and harder to get discovered on that platform. Especially something like Twitch, where discovery is almost impossible unless you have numbers on your side. I'd rather start with higher numbers over on Twitch. That way we can get discovered easier on Twitch. Hopefully that makes sense. But as far as here on YouTube, I'm going to be doing live streams whenever there's a Dragon Ball FighterZ event. And once we begin playing Guilty Gear on the channel, then we'll stream regularly with that as well. Do I ever plan to do more Q&As? I mean, I guess it depends on how this one goes, right? If you guys enjoy this sort of thing, then I'll definitely do more of it. I mean, I try to post the content you guys want to see, So when videos do well, or when videos, are highly requested or something, that's what I kind of choose in order to go ahead and do next. And you guys really seem to like the team requests. That's why you guys almost never see me play my own main squad here, is because you guys really seem to enjoy the team requests. And I don't mind doing them. I love doing them, so I'm down for it. Have I ever broken a rule at school? If so, my guy, dude, let's just say I was not the ace student in high school. Senior year, I was hardly ever in school. I oftentimes would just stay home and not go. I remember there was this one time where we had a final exam in math class. This test is essentially the thing that determines whether or not you pass or fail the class. So we had a final exam in math, and my math teacher's a really jolly dude. This guy's always coming in with a massive smile on his face every day to class, and he's really upbeat. But however, on this particular day, for whatever reason, you can tell it was written all over his face that something wasn't right. I don't know what happened in his personal life, but whatever it was, it had to be serious, man, because he was not cracking a smile for anybody. So he goes ahead and proceeds to pass out the final exam. And along with the final exam, he gives us our protractors. You know, those perfect half-circle sorts of tools. Now, I'm sitting in the class and I know all too well that I'm not gonna pass this test. But I did like the teacher. He was a really nice guy and he was always really kind to me. So I went ahead, I grabbed my pen or my pencil, and I write my name on the test. I grab my protractor and I make a perfect circle right on the test. I continued drawing 2 eyes and a perfect ear-to-ear smile using that protractor, and it was done. I drew a perfect smiley face on my final exam. Without answering a single question, I decided to hand in the test to the teacher, hoping that maybe this can just brighten his day up a little bit. It must have made all the difference that day because, no joke, to my surprise, I found out I got a 100 on the final exam. So the short answer is yes, I broke tons of rules at school. Tons and tons. Have I ever stood up to a bully? Many times. Yes. A absolute ton of times. Have I ever had a dog? Dude, I've had so many pets over the years, and right now I have a dog. His name is Whiskey. He's an adorable dog, and although sometimes he drives me crazy with his barking, he really is a really well-behaved dog. And finally, do you ever plan to do a Minecraft survival? I don't even know what that is. I've played Minecraft. I've played it with my girlfriend, but I probably won't be playing Minecraft here on the channel, man. I probably won't be doing that. So Gustavo Carrillo asks, will I ever play Dead by Daylight again now that there is a lot of new stuff added, or do I plan to play any other games in the future? Dead by Daylight actually just today came out with a new killer called the Blight. And although I'm not super excited about the killer, I love Dead by Daylight. In fact, here on the YouTube channel, I started off with Evolve, and then I uploaded Dead by Daylight. But I probably won't be playing Dead by Daylight here on the channel anymore, just because it's such a departure from what we do currently, and I would rather keep the content more focused in on one thing. As far as games in the future, I do want to play a wide variety of games in the distant future, but that's once again in the distant future. I think once Guilty Gear comes out, we'll go to Guilty Gear as well as Dragon Ball FighterZ. If another multiplayer Dragon Ball game comes out, then we'll play that as well. But the roadmap for the channel is going to be essentially to stick to one game, that being Dragon Ball FighterZ, and then from there, we'll get into single player games based on how you guys enjoy it. You see, before starting up this channel, I looked up a lot of information on like analytics and how a lot of that back-end YouTube stuff works, and massive YouTubers consistently said how pretty much sticking to one game and one game only is pretty much the best bet, as it increases the visibility of your videos. YouTube doesn't know who to show your video to if you're going ahead and you're uploading like a bunch of different games. So for that reason, I do intend to stick to Dragon Ball FighterZ. However, I was in Dato Doya's stream, and Rhymestyle was there, and he was speaking about, you know, running a YouTube channel. And Rhymestyle was talking about how if you stick to one video game, then that's extremely dangerous, and it can come back to bite you, because if that game dies off, then your YouTube is also going to die off. And I have no intentions of letting that happen. So I think Rhymestyle's advice, when you contrast that against the other massive YouTubers who also have a lot of credibility in their words, and, you know, they know what they're talking about, you begin to understand that it's important early on to stick to one game, because for an early creator, the massive problem is discoverability, right? And the most important thing is discoverability. So to get discovered, you want to stick to one game. As far as the content after that, once each one of your videos can successfully get close to 10,000 or tens of thousands of views, regardless of what it is you upload, then you can pivot onto other content, because, well, then those numbers can help carry your new content. That way your new content that otherwise would have failed can now rank better on YouTube and be found. And that's ultimately what you're looking for. Alright, I think that pretty much wraps up today's video. Thank you guys tremendously for all the questions, man. I really do appreciate it. I kind of didn't expect to get as many as we did. But if you guys happen to have any more questions, feel free to leave them in the comments down below. I'm always down there chatting with you guys. Now, the fun doesn't have to stop here, man. If you want some more Dragon Ball FighterZ content, we got a lot of videos on your screen you can check out. And if you enjoyed today's video, feel free to hit the like button. It helps out a bunch. And if you happen to be new to the community, then feel free to subscribe. I hope to see you guys in tomorrow's video. Thank you for watching.